Some friends have a Renault Grand Scenic that they want to camp, but they didn't know how to do it. They had the mattresses, but the furniture was missing. When they found out that I had a YouTube channel and that it revolved around DIY and household things, they asked me for help. If you want to see the process of manufacturing the furniture, watch the following video.
Well, that's it. I have the car there. The project begins.
Has it been used?
Pine board, mostly,
For economics.
because plywood was relatively quite costly, and we needed a minimum of 2. The board is nice and very well priced. As I was clear about the parts I was going to use, they cut it off for me there at the store. Then later I put the measurements of what I used. The woods came a little. The boards were wet, as mentioned earlier, together, and as Leroy Merlins told me, they were cheap. Thus, I allowed them some time to dry out.
The pine board once has begun to dry.
As can be seen here.
It's starting to sag a little. Then it will be screwed, with which we will straighten it. For the mattress to breathe, we will make holes of about 30 millimeters.
The diameter ones.
By the way, if anyone asks, the proper technique, whether for making holes or for speed, is to just do it.
Up to half or a little more than half.
And then, when we finally flip it, we effortlessly obtain the simplest wooden block.
Seizing the opportunity of a woodland that's already been hollowed out, I marked in pencil all the holes that are going to go in. The other one that is going to extend with the hinge. This way the work is done much faster.
This is the total number of pieces that I use for the furniture, and I also leave you the measurements.
If anyone has any questions, you can ask me in the comments.
We will choose this strawberry that I think will be the right one for the job.
Once the precise depth for milling under the machine has been accurately set.
Lock.
Well, very good. It looks very good.
With the wood we have left from the holes, a pair of scissors along with some sheets of sandpaper and glue.
We're planning to create a small cylindrical object in order to efficiently sand the inner surfaces of the holes.
Well, I've already cut the sandpaper. Atolla, wood measurement. And now we're about to carefully stick them together to determine if they adhere well.
And now inside. Here you can see perfectly the grain of the wood, the open pore.
Much better.
We are planning to use 120 grit sandpaper, along with the machine accessory for this task.
Perfectly understood.
It's time to paint.
And now with a little brush.
Shall we hit the holes? And to everything that is.
The sides.
For the second coat of varnish, I finally used a palette, since with the roller it gave me the feeling that I was applying very little product and it was much blacker, since the palette better distributed the amount of varnish I wanted to apply. Furthermore, the first coat, like the wood, was still virgin. I don't know how to say, because the varnish applied very quickly, this way much better.
3 layers of varnish have been applied, and now we must wait for it to fully dry.
This piece that I am going to put now is very important, since it is the one that is going to make us the central beam. It is going to be placed here in the middle.
Will you avoid it? Second text.
Well, here you can see why the wood has to be short.
Due to the fact that handling this could be bothersome, I'll touch here instead so that everything works out perfectly.
Indeed, we already possess the structure. However, there are still 3 fold-out parts that need to be added.
Last
screw.
And here now to this part.
Shall we put on the other bazaar?
The other piece.
We have already placed the second hinge, and now we are going to see if it works.
We carefully lifted this lid, elaborated on it, and this would be what eventually goes inside, in such a way as to facilitate sleep.
The point of this?
It's just that the legs once.
Deploy them completely. They'll definitely stick to the carpet.
This way we will avoid, what, sleeping at night while in some sort of movement, maybe turning or something similar?
Legs flap.
These here don't stick out much, and they have a good capacity. They don't come out excessively. And we'll put 4.
For the final touch, we're going to add some wheels, making it easier to transport.
Okay, I put a little rope on it so it won't open when I lift it. And now between 2. People has done very well. Okay.
Once it is completely finished, we can observe that it fits perfectly inside the trunk. The outcome has been fantastic, with the seats retaining their initial form. There is no need for any odd contraptions.
The box spring is already fully deployed here, and it provides excellent support.
And the invention of legs? It prevents them from lifting off the ground, keeping them quite stationary.
If you liked the video, I hope you like it. And any questions or comments you want to make to me are welcome. See you in the next video.